Hey, if you haven't checked out the LilyGO T-Dongle C5 yet, this thing is awesome. Does Wardriving, pineapple stuff like DOS on dual band, it plugs right into my phone, which makes this thing just amazing and easy. And nobody really kind of knows what's going on because I just got some kind of weird thing plugged into my phone and no one's going to really ask what this is. So man, this thing is awesome. You flash with the Biscuit firmware, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First things first, head over to Hedges Github. Search Biscuit Github, Hedge, code, those kind of things in there. And you'll find the repo pretty quick. Once you're there, look over to the right-hand side. You'll see the Flasher tools, something like Biscuit Flasher or Biscuit Flasher Pro. That's what you want. Click into that and scroll down just a bit, and you'll see the DIY Biscuit Flasher for the T-Dongle. So go ahead and open that up. Now before you plug anything in, take a second look at your interface on the left side and see the firmware option. Sometimes it defaults to something else, but for this, make sure you switch it over to the Biscuit. Once that is set, plug your T-Dongle C5 in. When the prompt pops up, select your device and make sure you pick the correct COM port. Quick trick, unplug the device to see which port disappears and plug it back in and select it once that shows up. That way you don't accidentally flash the wrong device. And then hit OK. Choose the T-Dongle as your device type and then select the version to the current for the latest stable build. Once everything looks good, hit program. Now just let it do its thing. Don't unplug it, don't mess with it, just give it a minute. And just like that, you're done. You've now turned your LilyGO T-Dongle C5 into a full DIY Biscuit device. Now this is where things get fun, but quick disclaimer before we get any further. Everything you're seeing here is strictly for learning and testing on your own devices or systems you have explicit permission to use. Always stay within the legal boundaries, respect privacy, and do not interact with any network, signal, or devices that isn't yours or authorized. With that said, let's continue. Once it's up and running, you've got a whole range of wireless analyst tools right at your fingertips. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, different modules to explore. It's basically like a portable lab. But I actually took this thing for a quick spin, literally. Hopped on my scooter, took my dog out, and just cruised around doing some passive wardriving. Just scanning, seeing what's out there. And honestly, it is fun. I love this thing. It's one of those setups where you're learning, experimenting, and exploring at the same time. Super lightweight, easy to carry, and it just quietly does its thing. You don't even need a big setup. You don't need a laptop. This is all you need right here in your pocket, and you can plug it into a power bank or your phone. And for something this small and this affordable, it's kind of insane what it can do. Huge shout out to Hedge because the Biscuit management system is seriously impressive, especially for a DIY project. When you're over at Hedges Github, make sure you give him a like and a star because he is doing great things for the community. Thank you, Hedge. Now that I've showed you how to flash it and everything like that, let's take a look at what the LilyGO T-Dongle C5 actually is and what you're working with here. At the core of this device, you've got an ESP32 C5 chip, which is a pretty big deal. It supports dual band Wi-Fi, both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, along with Bluetooth low energy. So right out of the gate, it's built for solid wireless experimentation and development. On the front, you've got a small built-in LSD display, which is super useful for running firmware with UI, whether it's menus, status info, or live data. It's compact, but it gets the job done and makes the device feel a lot more standalone. Storage-wise, There is a spot for an SD card slot right in the USB spot. So that is pretty impressive too. I was pretty mind blown with that, which lets you store logs, files, and additional data depending on what firmware you are running. That's huge for anything involving scanning or log sessions where you want to save results. And at the same spot, you've got that USB connector, which handles both power and data. So that's huge. You plug it into your computer for flashing firmware or powering it directly. Now on the side, you'll notice that there's a small connector port, and that's actually there for expansion. Depending on the setup, it can be used for things like external accessories like add-ons or even power options. It's not always used in basic setups, but it gives you room to build onto the device if you want to take things further. There's also a button on the device, and this is typically to function the boot or reset, depending on how you're using it. During the flashing, it can help put the device into the correct mode, and in normal use, it can be mapping or used for firmware, different controls. And oh yeah, those antenna connectors there, they're actually MHF4, which are smaller than usual U.FL ones. So the regular antennas won't fit. You need the MHF4 cables specifically. And just so you know, it already has a built-in antenna, so those are just for advanced setups. Overall, this thing is small, but it's packed. You've got a powerful chip with wireless capabilities, onboard display, expandable storage, and room for more customization, all in something that literally fits in your pocket.